Beep boop.
Cheers.
Wow, we're clapping.
Oh, wow.
Holy
Are we
shit.
going?
Wow.
How long,
Wow.
How long have we been doing
Action, go. Oh, I'm really loud.
No.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Are you still going?
Oh, yeah. The phone went off. Like, just everything just went dead silent.
Holy shit. We will never get good at this.
No, we would never
so. Wow,
will.
what
We'll be
the
doing.
fuck
We'll be like
is up?
episode 80.
I
and we
used to do
still suck
fucking
at this.
radio. You know that?
Yeah, you
Yes, I do know that.
This.
Yeah, it's a little different.
What do you mean it's a little different? It's the same fucking thing.
It's a little different.
No, it's not.
It's exactly.
You're not on camera when you do a fucking
okay,
radio.
so it's System of a Down radio video. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, fair enough then. Fine. All right, what?
Fucking A.
Hi, this is whatever
Episode
episode
four.
this is.
Yeah,
Four.
whatever
It's
this is.
episode
Hey,
4.
Oh, do it.
It's not 5. It's 4.
God
No,
damn
it's
it.
4.
No, it's
Okay.
no, it's
Oh,
5.
pretty-
It is
What
5.
When the
episode
fuck-
is
No
it?
one
when did we
knows
do
what's
4?
going on.
I
When
was
did we do
fucking
4?
right.
Holy
okay.
shit.
Wow.
I was
It-
five.
that-
I don't.
oh,
What
all
the
right.
fuck? Where did 4 go?
Yes. Okay.
What did we talk about in 4?
I'm vindicated.
I'm going to get
And
so
I'm-
Oh,
drunk
yeah, I
on
guess.
this show.
Yeah, intermission
I
and
could
Black
already
Blanket, I guess.
tell.
I got to get used to this. It's 2 with the blue mic and then 2 with the fucking real mics.
Ha!
Oh,
So
fuck
this is
me.
number
So this
5.
is 5.
This is
I
5.
am-
Yes, I remember this.
Well, shit. Okay. All
I'm
right.
right, and I love it.
I'm just gonna go fuck
There
myself.
you go.
All right.
So
Jesus
it's episode,
Christ.
I guess it's 5, and that's what's up. So hi, hello there.
All right, fuck this. Let's go right into it. What the hell? We were gonna do fucking top something. That was the bit in this episode.
Yes.
Top
Wait,
something.
Yeah, I only barely read that. What was that?
It was.
He didn't even fucking look at it.
We
I
were
hate
talking
it.
about
Oh.
doing some tops, as
Movies?
opposed to no, you know what? I'm just not gonna say that. I was gonna make a
Oh.
gross joke, and now I'm
Don't
not.
do it.
No,
So
it's
top-
not get demonetized already.
top 3 movie soundtrack.
Okay,
albums.
I got that.
So not
Scores,
not
not scores.
scores, because that's a
That
whole
made
nother
that so
conversation.
much harder for me. By the way.
Yeah,
It really made
Not-
it
made it so much
not
harder.
scores. I'm talking if you are particularly of like a certain kind of age range. If you're if you're 100 fucking years old like me, or if you're like maybe into your like early 20s, you probably remember the compilation records that would like a movie would come out and it would be like music inspired from or inspired by the motion picture, and it was a bunch of shit that was like never in the soundtrack or anything like that, but it was always kind of like a cool way to find new stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's how I found El Nino was from the Freddy vs. Jason
El
fucking soundtrack.
Nino.
Yeah, dude, that's how I found that. That's how I found Aiden too from Dead Silence.
Oh my
El
god.
Nino,
that's
that's,
silent.
For the
Dino.
Neo.
I don't know what he just said.
Carez's? The guy from Fear Factory.
yeah.
Dino. That's,
Yeah,
that's his
Dino.
other band. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Yeah.
just
Divine
fucking-
Heresy?
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
wait, which
yeah,
one?
yeah. Divine,
Or which
no.
one? Which one? What were you-
El Nino.
No, that's
No,
not.
El Nino's not
You're
his
thinking
other
of
band.
Nail Bomb.
Nail
Or-
Bomb.
or-
No, Nail Bomb
or,
was with, Max.
I'm gonna roll the Brujeria. That's
what it
also
is.
Dino.
Yeah, that's
so
Dino
he
too.
did that.
Okay.
He did Nail Bomb. and
That's
he
what-
did-
all
yeah,
right.
Okay.
Forgive me.
So, but anyway, that was, and I thought it was a tricky one, but it's like, if you're anything like I am, I know I'm very cozy right now for starters, but
Yeah,
also
What does it say?
we learned that he's a fucking bathrobe guy today.
Sauce
read that.
Father.
So, who gave you that?
Sauce father.
It's Julie's mom.
Oh, that
My
was nice.
mother-in-law
I don't know.
for
Okay, that was nice. That's
the
very nice. of her.
viewers.
That's really nice.
It was a Christmas gift. It's very
That's
comfy,
awesome. I can
and I
tell.
wear it every day. It's very soft.
It is very soft.
It's touching. It's
It's
touching
okay.
going on over
I
here.
give great shoulder rubs, by the
So
way.
anyway,
You
if you're
stress me out.
if you're
Something to say.
of that sort of age bracket, I'm very fond of that stuff because I feel like I found a lot of shit that I liked. In kind of listening, finding those records and getting into stuff.
Fair.
So any thoughts? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, this was a tough one. Again, once you took the score thing out, that really
I wanted to give you a tricky one.
because the scores would have been that would have been piss easy for me. But
Yeah.
this one, I don't have a specific order, but I'd have to probably say Tenacious D. I would count that.
That counts.
I'd count that.
Good call. Good choice. That counts.
yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of
Tenacious
it, but
D.
good choice.
Scott Pilgrim. Definitely, that's a good one. I would count that as well.
Mm.
A lot of like cover versions of songs on that one, so that's a good one.
That metric tune is great.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
And then here's the curveball one. Dragon Ball Z Cooler's Revenge.
Oh, that was
It has Disturbed and Drowning Pool and all sorts of shit on it, dude.
Yeah, I do remember.
Dude,
Wow.
watching fucking Cooler transform under a waterfall to Disturbed was the coolest fucking thing in the world to me when I was like 10 years old.
So what you're saying is it was like an officially released like anime music video compilation album, basically.
Kinda.
Pretty much like
Kinda.
all
I'll have
shit
to
that
see if I
would
can find
be
the
in
exact
those
soundtrack.
types of like those like 104i quality like
Yeah. Oh,
like-
yeah. No, I know what
like-
you're talking about.
like
That's how I found fucking Heaven Shall Burn.
1995 webcam
Yeah, but no.
pixels the size of your fist.
Was it
I mean,
hyper
like I said,
unregistered?
this is a full length
Was it hyper
Dragon Ball movie, but
too? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, just Zach and I had a moment.
back to the planet, please.
Sorry.
Very good.
Sorry.
I hear you. I did not hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there goes your moment.
Fucking Captain Crosstalk over here.
There goes the fucking rhythm section again.
Shut up.
Very good.
So
Zach is just here to crosstalk.
Exactly. That's how I'm here
that's
for.
right.
And my pretty face.
I forgot that was on the application. But yeah, no, that was like I said, that was like a really honestly, all of the like the Dragon Ball movies back then had those types of soundtracks that just had like really fucking cool bands on them for no reason. And Drowning Pool. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna-
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
know if
everybody
that
gets
was in
a
the cool
mulligan.
band category, but they sure were on there.
What about you, big dog?
I don't watch movies. You guys, the last
what
movie.
the fuck do you
look-
mean?
okay,
What do you
I mean,
mean?
well, no, okay.
What are you
So, okay, the
talking
last movie I just saw recently was The Batman. Great movie, by the way.
Yes, very
Okay,
good.
so
was good.
we obviously Nirvana.
I guess that.
I mean,
I
Nirvana
get-
was on there. I'm not,
Yeah, but it was like one of the
Nirvana,
worst
but-
versions of that song I've ever heard.
I mean, it's the
No, it
original
wasn't that
version
bad.
of that song.
It was no. So what they no they did
What?
orchestra.
What are you talking about?
No,
That's what that song sounds like.
no, okay, no. They did an orchestra.
Something in the way.
covered on it.
That's what something in the way sounds like.
Wait, is it?
Yeah,
That's
what,
that
what,
song.
you're
That's
talking about
what
the
that
actual
song
acoustic
is.
song?
No, wait a minute. I think
Yes.
it's no.
What?
You didn't
I'm
know
getting no. I'm getting. Never mind. I'm getting confused with something different. Never mind.
Shame.
Never mind.
What were you confused about?
There's some movie that had like a slower like version of Smells Like Teen Spirit
That is
like that,
Every fucking
and it
movie
sucked.
trailer.
Okay,
Trailer,
I'll
yeah.
take it then. It
That-
sucked. It
Oh,
all
yeah.
it sucks.
Worst trend in trailers
Yeah.
in film history. And
Yeah. Something in the way was fine.
I could take this. I could
confused
take
it.
this severely off the rails for the next hour if you
I'm
want to,
sure
but
you
I'm not
can.
gonna.
So okay, and then the
We'll do a
previous
movie podcast
And then
on
the
our own
previous
time.
movie I watched was The Town, which you guys shat on me because I haven't
No,
seen
that-
that.
No,
yeah,
that movie
okay,
rocks.
that you hadn't
I haven't
seen it.
seen it.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, I don't know what the sound. I don't listen to sound. I'm
You'll
not
like
a
a
good
tantrum
soundtrack.
after you for that one.
If I had to like think, fuck, I don't know. What's Oh, there was one. Help me. The Okay,
No
I'll
one
give
can.
you, I got
No
one.
one can.
No, I got you one. So it was oh my god, it had Megadeth, Angry Again. It's from a soundtrack. It was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but it was like a joke, like
Jingle All the Way.
no something action hero.
Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero, there you
Yes,
go.
Dude.
I remember watching that as a kid. I remember here. Okay, I do the one
Great
thing
movie.
I got.
That's a good movie.
I have never
I
seen it.
was young.
Oh,
Oh,
you
they came
gotta.
out like in 94,
Never seen it.
95.
You gotta.
So I remember that was probably the first time I heard Megadeth. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I explored more. After that, we said no scores because I love
Yeah, scores would have been a lot easier
It
for
would
me.
have, because I love like the trilogy in the mid 2000s. I love the scores on that.
Even if
Like,
we just
for
did
stuff like
original
that.
soundtrack, it was,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like not like the inspired by soundtrack because
Yeah.
it is two different things.
Yeah, because those were tastemakers. If you're our
Yeah.
age.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. So I mean, for me, there's like
I know we have a
there's
million of them.
well, there's a
Yeah.
ton because I feel like I found a lot of bands I really like that way. So probably first would be really like any of the first three Saw movies all had really good.
Never saw them.
But they
Saw 3 is the best one.
they had a bunch of like
Never saw 'em.
mid 2000s like metalcore.
really.
Oh god,
They did,
so,
yeah.
So
Are you
like
serious?
that's where you get like you can get like All That Remains and fuck I
There
want
was a song from Fall of Ideals on one of
This
those
Calling
records.
was Saw
It
2.
is. Yeah,
Saw 2.
okay. Yeah.
I want to say Human
Forget to
Abstract.
remember from Mudvayne
Yeah,
did that.
Mudvayne.
That's right.
Definitely.
Okay.
I
Okay.
found out about Human Abstract from one of those soundtracks. I can't.
Really?
Yes.
Really.
Unless I've gone completely insane, but they were definitely on something.
I forget that they're that old.
Yeah.
I forget that they're that old.
Yeah.
Good band though.
So any of those, the Spawn soundtrack,
I love that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
I know
which
the
I
soundtrack.
mean, you know,
I love that movie.
movies-
When
Yeah,
I
I've
was
never seen
9, it was
it's
cool.
yeah, not
Yeah.
as cool now.
Wait, who was Spawn?
Oh my
The voice. I could hear his voice
we
right
did
now.
this to ourselves. No computer. I was like, should we get the computer? And we all
I
just
know who
went,
created
"Wow,
Spawn,
You know what I'm
but
yeah."
talking
as far as
about?
I can
The
go.
Spawn movie, the voice. I could literally hear his voice.
Who does he sound like?
I don't know what the voice is, but all I can think is that if it came out today, it'd be a really good movie.
I think they're
It might
remaking
be.
it. I think they're working on
No,
it.
screw that. I'm gonna look. No, it's gonna bother
I think
me.
that's somewhere in the pipeline.
It's the guy that's "Welcome to Hell." The meme. It's the same guy.
Oh my!
Yes.
I don't know that.
I'm
one.
gonna go
okay, I'll
insane.
look it
I
up.
can't
This
think
is
of it.
pissing me
Zach,
off.
hit
But-
the internet.
So the
You literally all have your phones on you, I bet.
That's what I'm doing. Hold on.
Yeah,
well, I'm trying to not look at my phone.
There's
on
a
the podcast.
professionalism thing here. No, there's
You
not.
can't pick and choose what's professional.
Fair point.
Coming from the
Okay.
guy with a vape and a monster in front of him and a beer on the other side.
Fair point. So the soundtrack album was cool because it was all mashups. It was like a lot of bands with like DJs or electronic groups kind of doing. So it was like a very like it was an industrial kind of thing. But there's a bunch of good shit on there. So you got your there's some Marilyn Manson stuff. There's some like all those like bands of the time. I think like probably Orgy or just like I don't know any of those fucking bands. But the real good one that you get on that one is Filter and the Crystal Method. So you get Trip Like I Do. It's a fucking great song. Anyway, that's good.
Not familiar.
Okay.
Who's the voice?
Michael J. White.
Oh,
He's the voice. Yeah,
him.
he's Spawn. Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I think he's Spawn too for the DC action. I see them on the stream, the reels all the time. Oh, you guys play? Oh, I'm not okay. I thought you guys play video
You
games.
are such a fucking boomer. Like,
I am. A
what are you
boomer.
gonna tell me
Hold
that every fucking Pokemon is Pikachu next?
Hey,
You asshole.
You know, after 250, I have no idea.
I can't with you.
251.
I must say it's
All right.
251. You son of a
Sorry,
bitch.
I don't want to tell you. Any old people out there, I can relate to you. Sorry, continue. I'm drinking Budweiser for God's sakes. This is a boomer beer.
That's a Bud Heavy right
Yeah,
there.
No,
Bud
Bud
Heavy,
Light's a boomer
exactly.
beer.
No, Bud Light's the.
Don't get me started.
No, Salud. All right.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I didn't necessarily
Rock bottom
like,
with the boys
We
featuring
are
Brett.
rock bottom indeed.
I guess I didn't necessarily pick 3, but we'll say Saw 1, Saw 2, and Spawn for me. Then. in that
Oh, I mean,
case.
all right, that's fucking easy enough.
Tastemakers.
I thought for sure that you were going to throw Tenacious D in there.
Well, I didn't really think about that as something that counted, but in hindsight, I mean,
I would say it is.
it works.
I would say it works.
That works. But it's but I mean, the movie's like kind of a musical, so it's like
Well, yeah, but I
That's
mean,
ki-
it's still
it's like
it's
kind
still
of
a,
a-
sou-
it's
it's
kind
still
of
a
a score?
soundtrack inspired by the movie.
I know, but it's kind of a well, no, it's not inspired by the movie. It's in the movie,
Well, yeah, exactly.
so it's kind of a soundtrack.
well, let me ask you a question: what came out first, the album or the movie?
Well, what was this now?
I think the movie did.
Then guess what? The soundtrack is inspired by the movie.
I don't think that's. I mean, that's not really how it works. But
I'm pulling a hard technicality.
I was waiting for to drop fucking Hero, Chad Kruger and Joey Scott, Spider-Man.
no, I'm sorry.
And they say that no.
I
Oh
know.
no, come on.
no.
I'm sorry, but
Okay, no.
No.
Is my cool factor
The old-
going
the
down
older
over
Transformers
there?
movies had
Not
decent
good.
soundtracks.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man, hell yeah, brother.
Okay.
But
We're not pulling on Nickelback for that though.
No, but I'm saying that's
Nah.
what you're talking about. Like, what's the sound? So it's based on the movie.
we're not
totally.
we're not doing the ironic we
Okay.
like Nickelback thing on this.
No,
Not here. Okay.
So we're not touching Nickelback. We're not touching Five Finger Death Punch. We're not touching any of the like forced internet hate fans.
No,
I'm just more pissed off. I'm going to see him live during that Metallica show.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm not.
It's gonna be fine. Listen to me. They do one thing, okay? They do one thing. You want to know how many other bands do one thing and everyone fucking loves them? Look at August Burns Red. August Burns Red does one fucking thing.
Yeah, and I don't get them either.
They do one thing, but they're good at that one thing, right? Here's the thing. Five Finger Death Punch was good at that one thing. They are no longer. However, if you look at me dead in the face and tell me American Capitalist is a bad album, I don't trust you.
It's a bad album.
No, it's not.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
I
not.
said it's
I don't like it.
That is the strongest Five Finger album. And for what it's worth,
That's
they
not
really
saying much. But,
I know, but still. But you know what? They are legitimately not bad live.
Okay, so hold on. So we listen to that or Saint Anger?
What?
Just give you what you give me.
Would I listen to American Capitalist or Saint Anger?
Yes.
American Capitalist.
I'm asking you.
There's
Nick,
two
I'm
good
asking
songs
Nick.
on Saint
You know-
Anger.
you know the 2 albums.
The rest of it's
Do I have
like
to pick? Is
You
suicide an
have to-
option?
No, there's
No.
no. Come on. We
No
have a
Death
whole
by
separate
Cop.
podcast about
Okay,
this.
so I can't kill myself.
No.
I fucking I don't know. Fucking neither. I don't want to listen to either one.
All right, I'm good now. I have to.
Anywho, that's
you
my-
didn't say that not listening to either one was an option.
I
You
didn't
just said
give you that.
suicide.
because
Well,
that
no,
defeats
no,
the purpose
okay.
of the question. So there's my
I
Five
don't
Finger.
want to hear either one.
So that's my Five Finger Death Punch input for this episode.
Do not make this a regular thing. I'm gonna
No, I won't,
blow my
'cause
brains
this-
out
I-
right now. Okay.
I only will
Fair
defend
enough.
American Capitalist. After that, I'm out.
Sure, I'll give you that.
After that, I'm
that's
out.
fine. Just give me Saint Anger. Born- As we probably said before, we have a
Looks
separate
at me and
podcast
says-
about
Looks at me
Some-
and says
saying
five finger
or-
five finger
sometime
death
watch
punch
the
is
movie.
bad, but then he's like, yeah, give me sane anger.
I'll still listen to say no, I'm not. No, separate podcast. Separate podcast.
Right
All right.
this way,
We
Grandpa.
are the mighty fall.
Give me strength. God.
What are we talking about?
So
we're all ready to go. What are we
So
talking about
first of
today?
all, before we even get into the record, there was this funny story that Nick wanted to tell real bad last episode that he didn't get to tell.
You want
Yes.
to tell it now?
So we're gonna do a
You wanna
quick
tell it
funny
now or
story
after?
break,
You tell it
and
now.
then we'll get into the record.
Okay,
Go
so
for it.
so the thing we were talking about doing last episode was doing like kind of wacky or otherwise crazy like gig stories. We got so sidetracked on a bunch of other bullshit we didn't talk about it. So this was, and I was thinking about it when we were kind of gearing up to do that episode, and this was just like by far the wackiest thing that's happened to us at a show.
Yeah, probably.
By a lot too.
Yeah, probably.
So okay. So let me paint you a picture. So we're in Providence. It's a few years pre-COVID. We're playing this venue in Providence, and we're opening up for Bleeding Through, which
Oh, the
is,
pet
you
show.
know,
Yeah.
mid 2000s,
One of the pet shows. Yeah.
Cool band, cool show.
mid 2000s, like metalcore band, like cool enough. And so we play our set, and Bleeding Through's on, and so I'm hanging outside the stage, hanging out for a little bit.
Like the cool kid.
Yep. Just watching the band, and this dude who's right up against the stage, he's like, it's a pretty high stage, so it's like,
I remember this now. I'm
only
sorry. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
so it's a
Pretty
pretty tall stage. So this guy's, he's sitting there, he's like just kind of, pretty stoked. He's looking normal enough, and he, so just with no warning at all, I don't know why I noticed this guy so much in the first place. He was just very intently watching the band, and he drops trowel right in front of the stage. So this guy completely drops his fucking he's got gym shorts on. He just drops his shorts, and he's just standing there, and then he just stands there. So this guy is he's Winnie the Pooh in it, right? He's got the gut and a shirt,
Nothing wrong with the gut.
and he's just got his fucking cock and his pale little ass out,
Yeah.
and he's
Oh,
just.
you were looking intently, huh?
I mean, what are you
wanna
not
address the
gonna
fact-
do when that happens?
No, wait a minute.
Just
Wait a minute,
saying.
Zach's got a pretty good point, because we're talking, this is a dark room right now.
It
It
is a
wasn't
very
that dark.
It was dark. I don't know,
That's
man.
pretty dark.
Right
man.
up on the stage, you got stage lights on
I
you. You know what I mean?
guess.
You're lit up.
I don't know, man.
Right in
I
front.
think we're learning a lot about Nick
right
now.
in front. This dude's got his hog. He's Winnie the Pooh in it, right? Shirt on, dick out, right?
Yep.
And he's just standing there. So, so security eventually catches wind of this, and they cart this guy out, right? So I'm
Cart this
following
guy
them
out.
out. I follow them out. I just want to see where this is going.
this is where I came in,
he's
'cause this is
he's
the part
so
that I
ass
remember.
naked, you're following him out.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for you, man.
This is
I'm
the
just
part
letting
that I
you know.
remember. 'cause
Nothing
this is-
against it, but I'm just
outside.
saying.
I think I was outside having a cigarette or something or just outside for something when this happened, because I do remember seeing this.
So they turn this guy loose, and this was not great, because this could be a little dark in the first place, because if they had just turned this guy loose and he got in a car, he would have probably killed somebody. 'Cause
Easily.
He was sloppy.
Yeah, I remember this
But
guy now.
they just give him the boot, and but here's the thing: is he just goes toddling off into the night with his shorts under his arm. This dude
full hogging it down the
he
street.
does not put his shorts back on. So he goes toddling off into the night, just Hank Hill ass in it.
I love King
Like,
of the Hill. I love that show.
Mr. Hill, you have no ass. Just off into the night. And this is hysterical, right? This is
Yeah,
an
this-
incredible,
It was a sight.
I've got people that weren't even at that show. We just text each other dick in the pit all the time. So, of course, it's hilarious. I'm coming to find you guys. Be like, did you see this shit? And it's just the funniest fucking thing. But the next day, I just happened to be like, what happened to that guy? Did he get arrested or something? So I'm just looking at kind of, news, the arrests that are posted and stuff. And they got him. So this guy made it. He walked about 3 miles.
Oh, no shit.
Yes.
Wow.
He walked from where we were to
Zolneyville.
the
Yep.
heart of downtown Providence. So
That's
he,
a good walk.
he walks a couple miles.
At least. That's a good one.
He walks for an hour
Oh, yeah.
in the fucking middle of the night.
Yeah.
He made it all the way downtown before he got picked up.
Still bare ass naked.
Yeah.
And it was for
butt-ass
indecent exposure, so he still had his dick out.
So you know what's funny? He's on a list for sure. We could probably look him up. There's a database for it.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's a cop. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it
that's-
depends. It depends if they took pity on him, I guess.
All right.
I
Did
don't
you get
know
any
about
video,
that.
Nick, on it?
No, I did not.
Okay. I was saying. I mean, but to be fair, I mean, you saw him drop his trousers. You followed him out while he had his trousers still dropped.
I'm
just saying, man. Kimsi kumsa.
I'm looking for a
You
story,
like when I
man.
do this?
And,
do,
and boy,
actually.
like I said, boy, did you find one, because I do remember seeing him Winnie the Poohing it, as you say. I
gotta start doing that one. That's
I
good.
did see him walk down the street in such a fashion. It was a sight. It was quite a good time.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good show. That was Cameron and I were taking like tequila shots all night.
Yeah,
we were
fucked
fucked
That was
up.
like right.
He was fucked up. One of our
Was that the night that
buddies,
we
yeah.
released Looked Apart, or was that like the week of?
It
or
was.
something?
It was.
I
that
think
day.
it was.
It was
yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
It was EP #1 release show.
We'll get there.
Dick in the Pit, brother.
Yeah.
What? Boy, did that set a
That was.
precedent.
I had a fun time. The debate was that bad. I realized after.
No, we were all right.
They were all right. Who else played that gig?
No idea.
No idea either.
Can't
Oh,
remember.
there was that weird like ska fusion band.
That's right. There was.
were cool, though.
They were cool, but it was
I was into
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know who
That's
the
what
fuck
I'm
they
saying.
were for the life of me, but I do remember that vaguely.
You're remembering more than me.
You remember the Dick in the Pants? Dick in the Pit. You
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
he
Because it's
remembered
pretty
Dick.
fucking
Well, I'm
memorable.
just saying.
Yeah, you
all
remember
right.
Dick in the Pit, and then he forgot the rest of it.
That'll kind of wipe your brain. You see
Yeah,
something
fair
that
enough.
weird, you know?
That's fair.
Fair.
Touche.
Not really thinking about
Very
much
good.
else. Like, what the fuck
Winnie the
is
Poohing
happening?
it. I like that. I want to start
You've
using
never
that
heard that?
No, or Birthday Suit and just.
Or Donald
Go
Duck in it
for
too.
it.
That's the other
Birthday
one.
suit is
Donald Duck.
no.
Yeah,
Listen,
same
I
thing.
wanna do
Birthday
Winnie the
suit
Pooh.
is full nude. Winnie the
Yeah.
Pooh is shirt, no pants.
Why are we explaining this to you? You are over 30 years old.
So we talk about our next song coming up.
Silverback.
No, we'll say that
we're
for
gonna-
another. We'll say
yeah.
that for another one.
Oh,
That's
we're
a
gonna do
pretty
a
good one,
segment
too.
of embarrassing Zach stories, and that's gonna be the first
Yeah.
one.
Zeroisms, the malapropisms.
Yeah, we
this
call them
man.
the Zach-isms. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's-
Zach-R-isms.
that's a
and
good
such. There's
one.
some pretty good. We'll get to them at some point.
You can't understand what the fuck he's saying. No one can.
So
That sounds about right.
So this is the part where Caruso's gonna put a nice big banner across our face that's gonna say album talk now. The real game showy.
Yes,
Album talk.
yeah.
There should be more game show stupid cliche shit in this podcast. I don't know why
What's your
there's not.
favorite game show? I love The Price is Right.
Whose line is it anyway?
Love The Price is Right.
Whose line is it anyway?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Don't look me in the face and tell me that's not a game show. It's the best one on the market.
It's a show that rewards. It's a show that's not. What's the motto?
The questions are made up and the points don't matter.
Oh, gee, you got that memorized. That's for sure.
I
always
think
love
that's
Price
the
is
first
Right.
part of it.
Always love The Price is Right. Best sitcom.
I will say in a more modern twist, we've been watching a bunch of Beat Shazam.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
You have to like name a song that's playing faster than Shazam
Oh.
can.
Oh,
Let me-
the
and-
app-
and-
the
and
app
let me
Shazam.
tell you
I'm
something,
thinking the
brother.
goddamn Genie.
I'm
That's
going
why.
home with $1 million.
I was
Remember
also
you know
thinking
what
of the
I'm
genie.
talking
That's why I was like, what the
See, we're
fuck
on the
are you
same
talking
page.
about?
Kazam?
Yeah, like
No,
Shazam,
it's
like with
Shazam the
Sinbad,
movie.
like the movie Shazam.
Shazam, the movie.
It's Kazam.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We're not doing this. I'm not
I'm
going down
not-
this
I'm
fucking
doing
rabbit
this.
hole with
Have
you
I
right now.
lost my mind? Fucking.
There's definitely some like Mandela effect. I think.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think
Well-
I think Shaq was Shazam or Kazam
It was
or whatever.
fucking Kazam. God.
No, it
damn
was not. It was
people.
Shazam. It was Shazam, and the reason why I remember that is because I remember seeing it be like, well, that's not a DC property. And then next thing,
Shazam, Shaq, 97. What? Oh fuck. Anyhow.
Oh, fuck.
It was Kazam.
Wrong.
Fucking Kazam.
fuck, wrong universe.
Well,
No,
wrong universe. Okay. And then
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What do you not believe him?
No, I don't actually, because I don't believe anything
I
he
just
fucking
looked it
says.
up. Okay. that's
We're
fine.
stopping the podcast.
I don't believe anything he
We're-
says.
we're
Hang
stopping
on,
the
hang on.
Just, we're
Hang
pulling
on.
the ripcord on
Hang
the whole
on.
fucking podcast for this.
Hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes.
See-
No. It's fucking Kazam, bro.
All right, there are two things. Okay, so this is the this is
That's
the thing.
real.
That's-
that was a real movie.
So where the fuck? That's the one I'm talking about.
That's
Where is that?
Fucking
I remember
fake.
that.
No, it's
That is
not.
fake.
No, it's not. Your ass is fake.
It's,
Oh god.
No, I can't afford that.
Your ass is fake. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, we gotta get out of the rabbit
Anywho.
hole. I could already see where this is going.
Anywho,
And that's the pod.
welcome to the Mighty Fall Game Show,
So-
where we
Show's
where
over.
we don't know shit. The points don't
Hey,
matter.
before we go, so the other microphone that's coming in, that is our drummer who's doing the recording right now. That's Zach C.
Oh yeah, we didn't even let him
He
introduce
doesn't know.
himself.
They don't
Your
know.
favorite thing is to keep pointing me out. My mic's cutting out and give me shout outs. the whole time.
He wants to break
You've
the
done.
fourth wall.
You've given me shout outs like 5 times at least.
Because I want to acknowledge you. Because I care for you. I love you.
Thank you so much.
I love you too.
We have Mike
Okay.
too, but Mike's not here. I
The
guess we're going
feeling's
to
not
acknowledge
mutual.
all 5.
Okay. the Mighty Fall Rhythm section right there, ladies and gentlemen. All based on
Anyway.
love and hate.
Okay, so
All right, so I'm just going to shut you up right there. So we're going to do Warbride and Hostage of the Month today.
yes.
Ooh, these are
so,
good ones.
You
so-
start on Warbride so that I can tell my story how much I hated it.
Yes. So we're talking about our again. If you're just tuning in for the first time, fucking dude, first episode. What's wrong
Watch
with
out.
you?
What? Listen to our shit. Sorry.
But this is so we're going track through our first record, our most recent record, filmed on location. So we've done a bunch of songs now. We're in the home stretch. This is track 7?
Yes,
Something or
correct.
other.
I would
Yes.
love to say that I knew.
It is
The
track
number.
7. It's track 7.
I still don't, even though you're sitting right there, I still don't believe it. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
So okay. So
Go ahead, continue.
So Warbride was basically what happened there is pretty much day one when I kind of came to jam with you guys, and
I remember that day.
yep, and there was the like, so hey, do you want to be in our band like situation? And I was just like, well, I mean, I was gonna be whether or not you asked me to.
Pretty much.
Joke's on you, asshole. It's track 9.
Oh
shit! What,
jeez,
so what?
okay.
Oh,
And that's
fuck.
counting. That's counting coming attractions and intermission.
Shit.
It's track 9.
Damn. Okay. Well,
Told you I didn't believe you.
I was wrong.
Moving along.
Wait, so it's Warbride, Hostage.
Something and don't be sorry. Going cold.
Gone
Cold.
cold.
Yep.
Shit. Fuck me.
So,
sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
imagine! Wow, we wrote this.
Man, we
That's
put it
fucking
all
scary.
together. I
Holy
have
shit.
no idea. Don't mind
Anyway,
me.
so Nick comes and he joins the band.
Yes. So I went home and just went feverishly writing and working on stuff pretty much immediately afterwards, and really two kind of things came from that. It was Warbride and it was Gone Cold, and Warbride was kind of the first one that I like really brought to you guys, and which is noteworthy because how fucking totally different it was from first EP bunch of material,
That's correct.
and moreover B, how much you hated it. So,
I hated both of them.
So what we did was we, Zach Caruso and I kind of got together at your house at our
Yes.
practice space, and kind of we're just running the tune, just like, okay, it's like this is the arrangement, like this is like where the parts live, this is the kind of shit you got to play for this. We'll just run it a few times, whatever, and kind of figure it out. And so partway through this like afternoon of working on stuff, Andrew gets home from his job at the time and comes downstairs to kind of like see what's going on. And he's sort of like hanging off the pipe in the basement, and I can just see it.
I
in
could
it.
see- I
the-
could see him doing
I will
that,
tell
too.
you,
Oh yeah.
this man is looking at me like, what the fuck is this asshole doing in my band?
That's 100% what I thought. I won't even act like it wasn't. I was sitting. I
You
remember
hated the
sitting
shit
there-
out of that. I remember
because
that.
at the time, like the song wasn't fleshed out. It was like super starting point, so it was like real, kind of choppy and unorganized. And for me, like that, my brain don't compute with that shit. It like didn't until this record where like I had to learn to make it work. The shit just did not make any sense to me. And for Gone Cold, I just wasn't a fan of the vibe. But it was better put together. I just wasn't a fan of the vibe. But yeah, Warbride, I was like, I absolutely fucking hate this. Please make it stop. And then you looked at me and you gave me the good old Nick D, just trust me.
Yep.
Dude,
Just trust
Which-
me. Listen,
Which
when
at
we
the
get
time had
all
no
of-
merit, by the way, because you just got
No
here.
merit.
It had no
Yeah,
merit
you
whatsoever.
had no
No
idea if I was in
merit.
any way trustworthy.
Nope, had no idea.
You just
Yeah.
thought I was some fucking Red Bulled out maniac coming in here and just fucking
Cocaine.
I mean,
that was
fucking with
the
your
cocaine.
I mean, for what it's
energy
worth,
drink.
that's exactly
Yes,
what
yes,
happened.
Yes,
The
at the
energy
time.
drink.
Yeah, the energy drink.
Caruso has
Energy
a thought,
drink,
I
energy
think.
drink.
Yeah, I got a thought. I think it was also the first like demo or song like post Looked Apart. It's like the first one.
I believe so. It was.
That is
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Yes, it
that
is.
true.
It is. Yeah.
It was definitely the first one with like Nick's full on fingerprint on it.
Yeah, it was. It was the first song written for the record. I can definitely say that. Yeah.
So for my end, just for my opinion, so I remember you sent it. I remember driving back from work from fucking Boston, good old Cambridge, and you sent it to me, and I said the rough demo, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because it's completely different than what you and I had.
different.
And it took some growing on me. But once I again the Nick D Trust and the silver tongue, you do have quite the silver tongue.
I don't know.
Well, getting the
I'm just
well,
saying you convinced
what
me.
I
pulled it off, 'cause
I
like I
remember
said,
what I said. And
had
it
no
was,
merit whatsoever
was-
at the time.
Well, yes, it was like trust me, but also just like listen. I know just like just hearing the guitar by itself is like bizarre. I realize that, but like if you trust, like listen to the whole. If all four of us do this, you will see how cool this is.
You were half right, and what helped is when I was drunk when we did the demo.
Yes.
Yes, you were.
So that
I
part
remember
helped a
part,
lot.
So,
yes.
That's where the sweep picking came
again,
from.
one of those things
Yes,
of the
yeah.
like if we do something as a bit when we're like demoing something out, and it gets a laugh out of everybody. If it's like, oh, that's funny, we usually keep it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was
this was my biggest mistake on the whole record.
So he doesn't tell me that we're doing this. So it's there's if you've heard the song, which at this point just stop the fucking podcast, listen to the song, so you know what the fuck
Caruso,
we're talking
quick,
about.
input the sweet part from Warbride.
So we're demoing the song, and he doesn't tell me that he's doing this, and instead of doing the just a double or the agreed upon part, he just kind of does this like, and we just like, oh my god, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Wait a minute. Okay,
And
what if we just kept that in?
the look, I'll never forget the look you gave me. It was like love at first sight because it was the dumbest fucking thing that you've ever done. And you looked at me and you're like, oh, we're keeping that. And I'm like,
What?
fuck.
You're
And
like, can I like do it good though? Like, nah.
No, and the worst part is I still can't do it good. That's the best part about it. I had to really simplify
so
it.
Nick, so I know that. So just for me, I'm kind of curious now. So you, if I remember this correctly, so I'm trying to remember all the timelines. You jammed with us. It was Christmas week or Christmas of 2017.
Yeah,
Something
it was like
like
right
that,
after
yeah.
Christmas.
Right,
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, we did some Pantera
We
run
did-
throughs.
Yeah, that's how we became best friends. I remember that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then you
Real Step Brothers Karate in the Garage.
Yeah,
Yes.
then we changed the name because we changed it before you came to the band.
Yep.
We had a
Yeah,
separate.
because Brett was there when we made the choice. He
The guy-
was,
the
he was
guy
at the
that I
table.
the guy who
replaced.
plays. Yeah,
He was
which
at the
is
table
way-
when we made the choice.
way-
We'll get to that when we get to look
that's
the
a
part,
whole
but-
different deal.
But yeah, he was
And
there
then-
when we made that choice.
So then you
Yeah,
joined
bro.
the band in April because then you moved full time from Jersey to here. Okay, blah blah. blah.
April Fool's Day too.
And
If
then it was
that-
April
He
Fool's
looked
Day,
at us
yeah.
and said,
Yeah.
"I'm going to uproot my
Metaphor in
whole
there.
ass
So-
fucking life for these idiots that
so-
only one of which I know."
Fair, yeah, peanut gallery back there. So what was your big? What made you write the song? So
Well-
what was because you must have heard because we didn't record the part. We had the demos for it. if I
Yeah, we had
remember.
like I think
yeah.
at the time we didn't even have the full record. We had
No.
like Familiar Place, I think. We might have had the
songs.
Collapse at the time, maybe.
I
don't even
had
remember.
heard everything.
You
So-
heard he's
so-
heard everything.
Did
I
you?
remember
I
that.
don't remember
yeah.
what we had.
I had heard the early version of Familiar, and I had just from the recording because Zach had played it for me when we were hanging out at one point,
Oh.
and I had because we had jammed together, I had heard all the other songs.
Yep.
From just being in the room with you guys because you played all those songs and I just kind of hung out.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that. I remember that. Yep.
So that I knew all the songs already. It wasn't really necessarily a reaction to those songs, but it was
Okay.
what it was is I had going gear talk. I had gone to a Craigslist deal like that day, right? The next day, immediate next day after you guys were like,
Sounds
you
sketchy.
want to join the band? Like, yeah, okay, sure. Well, I should probably get some gear together. And so I had some stuff, but it wasn't much of what would be appropriate for this. So I went on a Craigslist deal, and I had this like headless guitar that I didn't really like, and I traded it for this my still to this day #1 guitar, my black EC1000
EC1000, yep.
ESP.
Yep.
And
Great guitar.
great guitar, and I've saved it from getting smashed to fucking bits a couple
man,
of times
good
now,
man.
and that was like
Is that the same guitar you broke at
yes,
Alchemy?
yeah.
Yes. Okay,
So
yeah.
that's like that's the best Craigslist deal I've ever done. That's the best gear purchase I've ever made to this day. But
That's a rarity right there.
so I got home with it and I was all stoked and like, okay, I feel like I know where I want to go because I had been trying to like start a band in Jersey that would have just been like it would have just been this band with more blast beats probably. Like really realistically
Zach.
because I had the part from I had like the Panacordy bit from like Let the Right One In then.
Yeah. that's
So
true,
I
you did,
like
yeah.
I had some parts where I was just like, okay, it was like maybe going to be a little more Dillinger. It was going to be a little more like spazzy.
yeah, I would say
Somewhere in the middle, like
Yeah.
southern rock parts with like spazzy stuff. It was
You
just
lost
going to
me.
be a little bit more of an extreme version of what we're doing, basically. So it was
You
like
lost
it
me.
was close enough, and so I was just kind of in that vibe of just like I feel like this guitar has a bunch of like like stabby noises in it. So I wrote that song front to back on my mom's couch in about 45 minutes.
Oh no shit! Wow,
That was like an automatic writing thing, which like if you've ever done, it's like kind of something that has been talked about, kind of if you're like a songwriter or whatever. That's something that is like a kind of a common phenomenon. Is like if you're lucky, it happens to you a couple times, and in that case, it did. The automatic writing sort of thing, where you're like, you just kind of connect the dots, and all of the parts were exactly as they were. So, like, just 45 minutes of just like having my little phone recorder memo thing going, and just like, oh my god, good, perfect, great, yes, the song is happening. Like, I'm not participating in this. It's just it's happening, and this is good. And okay, stop, great. Showing the boys, like, perfect.
My hands are working, my brain's
everyone
sleeping.
hates it. Because
okay, so well, he liked it. It was fast.
Yeah. So,
but
I remember,
I always feel bad about doing.
If I remember when you showed the demo,
not enough to stop.
I know you hated it. I needed some massaging for a little bit. I figured it took about a few months.
Still my favorite song on the album.
That's true. You love
It's
that
like
song. You do.
I actually
two favorite songs.
I actually didn't know that.
What our old? I forgot what Eeyore thought. He's our old vocalist. What did you think
He
about
also hated it
That's
because
what I thought.
Did he?
Yeah,
Probably.
and the reason why
I
was
don't recall.
he also hated it because it was going to make him think, and it was and it was going to be a much stranger vocal arrangement than something that I would have typically written.
That's fair. Okay.
Hence, looked apart type of vocal patterns. So it was going to make him think, and he didn't like change. So
No.
So that was basically that. I don't remember if he specifically hated it. That might be dramatic, but I remember him not liking it at first. But you remember that?
So Andrew, how long did it take for you to really embrace it? It was like months, if I recall.
It was a long.
It was a
Honestly,
long time, yeah.
I'm telling you that the first two songs that Nick pitched to the record were the last two songs that I actually fell into. Like I was never super into Warbride, but it definitely got better as time went on, and especially in this as far as little things, like it even went into when Mike came into the band, because it was just so unorganized and so different, but in a purposeful way.
Okay, I was saying.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it was poorly written. It was just that was the purpose of it, right? And like Nick said, like he was thinking like kind of like a Dillinger perspective, which they're too chaotic for me. You know what I mean? Like cool musicians, cool stuff, but too much. It's kind of just throwing darts at a wall and then writing everything that the darts land on. You know what I mean? And so it was tough for me to get around to it, but when we really started to drill it in with the recording of the record, that was when I was like, all right, it's kind of coming together.
So even still when we're recording it, you were still no shit.
Yeah,
wow.
and for what it's worth too, even with Gone Cold, that one, like it took Mike's vocals on that one to make me really be like, all right, this one makes more sense now.
Good vocal.
With the exception of the end of the song, I've always loved the ending of Gone Cold.
Oh yeah, but
I will say that
we'll get to that.
Warbride was the first time for particularly one of my tunes where we have this kind of conversation that happens where you go, well, where's the chorus? And I just go, dude, there's no fucking chorus.
I was looking for something.
Chorus?
Yeah, I was looking for something, man. I was looking for like, all right, if there's, even if the alphabet's out of order, it's still going to make a word at some point, right? So I'm like, all right,
that's
well,
a good quote. Damn, that's a good one
It's
too.
not one.
You know what I mean? So
quotes
it's like, all right, at least if
Good
it's out of
one-liners.
order, eventually it'll come around. This one did not. So he basically looked at me, he said, there's not a chorus, and then continued to play with Caruso.
I do remember. Yeah, I remember that. That was when I was pitching you the song.
Yeah.
Not doing a great job of soft pitching, like
not at all.
A dramatic change of sound to like
Not
the
at
guy
all.
who started the band either.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. And you're just like stone cold
Where's the
about it,
chorus?
just looking at.
Oh, there
like,
isn't one.
yes,
Anyway,
this is
it goes-
perfect.
Yeah, no, it was like, oh fuck, I just got pink fisted by a bus, and all right, here we go, I guess. So like I said, being my emotions were taken out on the bottle when we did the demo.
That's fair.
Which ultimately did lead to the song being a bit better because we changed a couple of things and we made it work out to the point where like there was a consistent structure. There is still no chorus, but it made it make a little bit more sense. And like I said, once we get now that at this point, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I like that. I don't know what you guys call. I'm an idiot with it. I have no musical theory at all. It's
I want to know what you call this, though.
That
Bridge?
Is that the bridge?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like a middle eight, but
Yeah,
it's not.
where'd you
But
get-
it's not in the middle.
Yeah, where'd you get that from? Because that's very different sounding. If
Just
you hear
thought
the
it was
song,
cool.
it
Just
sound- yeah, that
thought it was a cool
Okay.
part.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. That's my favorite.
You know
part.
what my favorite part about that song is?
Mm.
The Sustainiac at the end.
Yes.
Because you didn't stop me.
Just keep going. Just,
The
Yeah.
I thought we did it on the demo to be funny, and then when
No.
we did the actual guitar recording, you just fucking left it there, and I'm like, when is what? I thought for sure Chris was gonna chop that. Nope.
I told him not
producer,
to.
by the way.
Unbelievable! It's annoying as fuck.
I tried to stop you.
he
You
asked
didn't listen.
me, and I
No,
said,
I refuse to listen to you on the Sustainiac. It's not happening.
He asked me. He double checked with me about that. He actually texted me and was
I
like,
can't.
"Is that crazy? Like, is that goofy dive bomb at the end? That stays,
Goofy.
right?
I
Like,
love that.
listen, I told like if it's in there, it's in there for a reason.
I
I did all your post production for you.
I like I said, I was amazed when we got the final cut of this record and it was still there.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was just going so that there would be like
Yeah.
maybe room to fade or just with
No.
something. I did not expect it to literally just be a straight fucking note for what, a good 15 seconds
Mm.
of just straight that note. I was amazed that was still there.
Yeah.
Song's
oh no,
so
that was on
short.
purpose.
It's the majority of the song.
Yeah, yeah. The majority of the song is that ending note.
Well, this is our shortest song on the record, I believe, right? I
No.
believe. Well, okay,
Hard Earned
outside,
is-
Close second.
it's
Hard
really
Earned is the
close,
shortest
by
song on
like
the record.
seconds, if that's the case.
yeah, they're very close to each other.
Yeah, I think Warbride's like 2:16 or something like that.
Is it
Yeah.
that long?
Yeah,
I thought
Because
it
of
was
the
like
ending.
150
I think it's
I
like
thought it was under
2:16.
2 minutes. Wow, no shit.
Yeah, it just missed 2 minutes, or just went over 2 minutes. I should say.
No shit. I like the breakdown at the end though,
Yes.
because what's nice is while you guys are doing whatever the fuck you're doing and such, I'm just vibing with other Zach over there the whole time. I always like
Yeah, the little lose your mind part at the end.
yeah,
Yeah,
just-
like I said,
yeah.
that was
For
part
me,
of
I
the
always
stuff that
like that part.
that was part of the stuff that I didn't necessarily love in the beginning, but I definitely came around to it. My Spotify's being all fucked up. Yeah, I had to definitely come around to that one, and like I said, it did take a little while for me to do that, but I ultimately am fine with it now.
What about the lyrics? What was your thought process about that?
Yep. Okay. So the lyrics. I'm even trying to think of kind of what that song is
Shed my
is,
skin.
is about. It's kind of about.
Ooh, 206.
Oh wow.
Wow, I was
God.
right there. 206.
Close. I'll give you that.
Okay.
And for sake of context, what the fuck, Spotify? Hard Earned is 152.
Wow, that seems so long.
Wow.
We're writing out.
Yeah. So anyway, so back to the
Go
lyrics.
ahead, yeah.
So that tune is kind of about. It's about kind of working in a weird business and travel and tour stuff and kind of all these things where when you sort of like come home and you talk to your normie friends and it's like a so what do you do kind of thing. It is about alienation in a broad stroke sort of sense in a more kind of micro like what was really kind of coming at it for me was like kind of work and band stuff at the time was definitely like pretty full swing as far as like doing a lot of like wacky shit. So that was kind of where that was coming from. It sounds a lot more pissed than it is, but it's screaming music, so you just got to be like fucking whatever.
I'm so
it's
amazed.
screaming music. What do you want from me?
It's angry at its core.
I was gonna say I'm so amazed at your lyrics. It's always more deeper than I always think they are.
That's because
I
Nick
always
doesn't
gonna
want to
get that.
admit that he's a fucking drama kid.
Oh, he definitely is.
He doesn't want to admit it, but
100%.
drama kid in cargo shorts, man. I say it all the
100%.
time.
He 100% is. Don't let the
Drama club kid in cargo shorts.
Hat, the
I'm-
Kiss. I like
I'm-
the Kiss hat. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, I love Kiss.
It's good.
Listen, I'm
I also
crystal
love
clear
Kiss.
that
This is
I'm
great.
I'm a sensitive boy, and everybody knows that. I make no bones about it. Everybody knows that.
I just want to keep touching.
Just rub him under the table, you
No,
fucking.
this is really nice. I'm actually kind of jealous. I kind of want one. Is it cheap?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look into it. Continue. Sorry about that. It's really
Quick,
nice.
Zach,
What's
look up the fucking price of Nick's
up? I know.
Nick's
Like,
robe.
It's robe. I know where robe.
I don't even know what brand this is, dude.
fourth wall, Zach.
So
You guys ever shit yourselves?
we talked about.
Not on mic.
Okay, sorry. You could start.
Yes.
Yes, I have to.
I had not until that wasn't
you shit
as
yourself now.
You son of a
wasn't
bitch, that's my microphone.
that wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I'm sorry. I don't know if anything's gonna come up on that one.
Did you ever shit yourself? Proceeds to shit himself.
Almost.
You ever shit yourself on a podcast?
All right, so real quick, 6 months ago, under a year ago, we were talking.
It's bad.
We were talking about, and it does. We were talking in our band chat, just dumb shit as usual. And I don't even know how it got brought up. But
Mike.
It was Mike said about shitting himself.
Mike, that was how Mike broke the ice with us.
Is that how? Okay,
Yeah, he was
that?
like,
Maybe
"You
it was
guys ever
longer
shit
ago
your-
then.
Y'all ever shit your pants?
And we're like, yeah, and you said no. And
Yes.
I was like,
so
no
so
way.
the thrust of this, why this is important, is I was in my hubris. I said no, not in my adult
no.
life. I've come close. I've come like that thing where you're like, and this is a bunch of dudes talking, so we're talking.
What did
about
303
pooping.
say? Don't trust a fart.
Yeah, that's
Something
what he
like
said.
that.
That's what he said.
Close enough.
So like there were some times where like I used to drive for Uber, and there were some points where I'm running up the steps to my apartment and I'm shaking, sweating bullets, just like
my father does the
sweating,
same
convulsing,
thing.
like.
Oh my God,
And I
that's
got my
great.
keys out, and it's just one of those things of just like I've got all my moves planned. You know what I mean? Like if I drop my, because it's that close. Like if I drop my keys, this is it to completion. I'm
On the
shitting my-
carpet.
Yes, on my front steps. This is happening. If I drop my keys, if something stops me, it's over. So, but I've always made it. There were some close calls, very close calls, but fighting for my life. But I was, and then in my hubris, I'm sitting on I had a bunch of ginger candies, which I didn't know make you a little loosey goosey in the ass.
What's
And-
ginger candies?
Yeah, they're candy, like hard candies.
What were you 95?
Yes.
I can tell.
What the
I'm sorry, I heard the bag. I'm like, what is? I know ginger cookies.
I
Dude,
like
when you got
them.
your fucking old lady grandma
there's
fucking
so much
candies
I
in an
gotta,
old
like,
tin
research
cookie
after
jar.
You think
too?
I don't have Werthers in this house, motherfucker? You're wrong.
Dude, you got like
You're
a Danish
wrong.
cookie tin with hard candies in it, don't you, Grandma?
Hell yeah, brother. And that's really, I do.
Go ahead.
I'm sitting on the couch
Holy shit.
like
Can we get back to the record,
like
please?
last week, and I gambled, and I shit myself on my couch.
Good. At least you admit it.
Damn, you got a light
definitely
green
did it
couch, brother.
earlier,
That's
but that's fine. You
that's
admitted it.
dangerous.
I caught it.
I can't wait to make a short of this later. and
Please,
Yeah.
put it all over
please
the
let
internet.
it be. If you're gonna make anything out of this episode,
And I
please
went,
let it be this
I
one.
went scurrying off, and
Shane.
and
Probably Shane.
yeah, and Julie's sitting on the couch, and she's like, "What's wrong? What happened? What's going on?" Because I didn't say anything. I just got up and run, like from the other room. I'm just like, I gambled and lost.
Didn't even say nothing.
Do you remember in Destroy All Humans the gun that would make the people shit themselves?
The anal probe, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I picture right now. Is just you getting
Yeah.
hit with an anal probe and then just running
Yeah.
around like a chicken,
Woo! Yeah.
fucking hoping you hit the bathroom.
Yeah, that was pretty much what it was like.
Fantastic. Can we get back to the record now?
Yes,
I
we're good.
suppose.
I'm sorry. What were we talking about? The lyrics. The lyrics.
so-
How we got?
Oh, we're still on
to there.
Warbride. I thought we were done.
No,
No.
we're on the lyrics of Warbride.
We're not. I pretty much that's
finish
that's
it.
anyway. That's what the fucking song's about. It's not that pissed of a song in where it was coming from, but it sounds like it because it's fucking screaming music. What do you want from me?
The writing, it's a kick-ass fucking song. I think we opened a Warbride. I think
Once or twice, and then I put the stomp on.
I
it.
know you did, but it's.
And ironically, it was my idea
And
too.
you know what? To Zach in the back over there, I do agree that song. I look forward to that song because I feel it's a real fucking punch in the face.
I only look forward to playing this song if Ben's there.
Ben's
If
our
Ben's
super
not
fan.
there,
We
I'll
love
take
you,
it right
Ben.
out of the set. I
We
don't
love
care.
you.
Ben has to be there, so at least one motherfucker gets killed.
Yes. So, but I do appreciate the song. It's quick, short. It kicks your. It really kicks your ass. It kicks my ass after I play it.
This
So.
was supposed to be track 2 on the record too, I think.
Was it?
Originally, yeah. This was not a. I don't remember exactly where, but it was not supposed to be a back half of the record song. I do remember that. I do remember that much. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be harder and into Warbride like we used to do live. Or yeah, no,
Fair.
we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we used to do live. I'm pretty sure we were going to keep that, and then ultimately, I think you decided to put it in the back half because the front half was like too.
Didn't want it to be multiple D-Beat songs in a row. either.
Yeah.
I remember that. Now.
Just for variety's sake, kind of.
Yeah,
it
so-
was a little bit of a sacrifice to put it in the back because I do feel like it's a very strong song. So like putting it in the back end was a little bit of a sacrifice.
I mean, that's how I felt about Hostage too.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Hostage.
Speaking of which,
Which is a good fucking
Speaking
segue.
of good segue.
Hostage. Hostage of the month.
I must say this full time. Yes.
You know what we haven't... Hang on. Let's backtrack for a minute. Let's backtrack a couple episodes here, because there's something that we did in episode 1 that I said we were going to do in all the other episodes, and we haven't done it yet since then, which is the fucking... the working titles. We have not done them yet.
Right.
So we talked about Hard Earned. We have not talked about any of the other ones.
Quick.
So...
This was Riff Boyardee.
This was Riff Boyardee.
Boyardee, yep.
Warbride was... Count Blastula was Let the Right One In.
Warbride was
Kielbasa.
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 K-I-L-L. Yep.
Kielbasa.
Kielbasa.
Because sometimes the sausage eats you.
That's true. Hornet's Nest was Snoopy and the Peanuts.
It was.
Of course
It was.
Don't know
Yeah,
why,
yeah.
but it was.
Because Tay said so.
Okay.
Tay said so, I
wonder who
pitched
named
it
that
to you,
one.
and then you typed it in.
Fair enough.
That was
Fair
all it
enough,
was. I don't think we had one for World and Everyone.
It was
did
Honey, I Shit My
Honey, I
Pants.
Shit
That's
My Pants.
right. That was that one. Yep. And then I Am Providence didn't have one.
That was just I'm
That was
Proud.
I Am
I think the
Providence
only
all the way
two
through.
songs... Don't Be Sorry didn't have one either. We'll get
Yes,
to
it
that
did.
later.
Yes, it did. You'll never be good enough for prog rock. And what is it?
You'll never be good enough for prog rock, and by God, I don't think you ever will be.
Yep. Fall
That
Out
was a
Boy level song
We'll
title.
talk
Yeah.
about the layer. You guys actually...
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go. We'll get
Gone
there. We'll
Cold
get there.
was just Doom Song.
Doom song, yeah.
So so just to get all of those in there in case we forget the next episodes.
So sir, I love Hostage of the Month. I still
This
think
was
that should
supposed to be the first single?
I still think it should be a single at some point. Whenever this is aired and stuff. But
This
that's
was
just
supposed
my
to be the
opinion.
first single until Mike absolutely destroyed I Am Providence, and we were like, all right, this has got to be
He
it.
did.
This has gotta be it. We didn't have a choice.
So Hostage is probably... Yeah, it's probably my favorite song on the album still.
Hostage was
It
so,
is. It's my favorite song.
so joyously collaborative, I think. That
Yeah,
was
so
And that's
between you
because it
two,
was an
yeah.
accident.
It was an accident. So what ended up happening there, and it was a great example of something really great coming out of like kind of a frustrating like sit down to write. So we were working on like a completely different song like that got axed, and we had spent like a couple hours hitting our heads against this thing that like wasn't quite working. And I was kind of bumming about it. I was definitely like,
This was like the Atreyu sounded like punky one originally, right?
Yeah. We were sitting there, and it was like almost there, but it wasn't quite right. And I was just sitting there like, oh fuck.
Nick,
oh,
this is
God.
when you were living with Andrew at the time,
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah,
we were living together at this point.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of discouraging, and I was definitely like bumming about it just not being all the way there. And you just kind of played those like first two little notes, like not doing anything in particular, just kind of like you were just kind of warming up.
Yeah, just doodling, yeah.
And I at that point, it was getting to dinner time, and I just went, do that on your on my memos, please. And you just went in it. And you were just like, "What? It's not. I don't have any. Like, what? That's just.
What is
like,
it?
What is this?" And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. All right, everybody, get the fuck out.
Yes, this is all right. I knew somewhere in this podcast part, like storytelling part, you were gonna get there. I couldn't remember what song that was for.
It was that one. You just played those two little the two. I call it the two knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
And
I remember,
and you just went, what? What do you want from me? That's it.
Then I did the
cool.
I did the slide down part
like,
too. And that
cool.
was it. Yeah.
Get out. Everyone get out. So that the rest of it, like that part, kind of got like spent a little time. Like everybody went and had their dinner or their beers or whatever. Kind of like fleshed that part out a bit more. And I had that, of course the cowbell bit was funsies. Like, there's really got to be like a cowbell break on this. I had a couple of parts, so it's like the kind of like called like the Lamb of God riff.
You did
sort
say
of the
that,
bending
yeah.
part.
Cowbell was my idea, actually.
The cowbell.
'Cause
You had been
Cowbell
talking about
that's
cowbell.
true,
You had been discussing cowbell at length.
I remember like standing over your shoulder when you were living at Andrew's place in that room, and it was just like a 4-bar break of nothing, and then I was just like, dude, fucking throw a cowbell in there. And
Yeah,
you're like,
I think we were gonna put a sample there or
it.
something
Love
at one
it.
point. I think we moved the sample to "Don't Be Sorry."
Yeah, it was just going to be like a quick little. I think it was going to be just like a 3 count on the cowbell, and I just like wasn't paying attention, and it was just like a lot of cowbell. Like, that's funny. That's got to stay.
Oh yeah, because you were bad at charting the drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then after that, I kind of like let everybody else back in. I was like, all right. Like, let's see what we got on this.
Point out.
The kind of like chorusy bit. I had the little the sort of the 2-note part of that as like a 2-steppy part for a completely different vibe, and it wasn't working. And that was the other thing that was frustrating too. Is like that part was floating. that was like a floater part in the phone that I was like, I fucking like this idea and where this is going, but I cannot for the life of me flesh this out, and that's where you came in.
Yeah, you're talking about the weird, right before the chorus, right? Is that the part you're talking about?
No, because that was I know that was a Guitar Center part for me, but the actual chorus part.
Oh, yeah.
I had this sort of because
you wanted to ride on
the rock and roll thing of just like
F sharp
pumping on that E or whatever it is, and you were like, this needs more to it.
Yeah.
And I just could not figure it out. And you kind of sat down and hashed it out for a few minutes and just kind of had it.
That one came in pretty quick. Yeah, I remember now.
So in the what you call you do something underneath.
What
is that?
I match. We play the riff the same way, and then
because you do that part I'm talking about, right?
The next part on drums, which is the turnaround of the chorus. When he does that, I do like a dissonant chord underneath it.
That's why I hear. Okay,
Yeah.
I hear it on the record all the time. I was wondering what
I match. I only do that on the first one, though. I don't do it on the second one. So I match.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Because he has a part on the second one. Yeah.
Oh, you guys trade off.
Yeah.
Oh.
So on the last chorus,
okay.
in the last
Nice,
chorus,
cool.
he has a part over it, and that's when I start like I thicken it up, and instead of doing the single notes like we were before, I play chords instead. I thicken it up.
I love how we wrote the record like years in the making, and they're so learning.
Well, it goes to show you how much me and Nick literally just locked ourselves in a room to do.
You guys did, yeah.
We
guys
really like having him move in with us was like the best thing we could have done for the fucking album because we just literally like if we
had to learn each other.
We had to learn each other. It was the cutest part. It was the cutest thing. Honestly, it was like two new fucking puppies. It was great. So we had to really like learn each other's style, and we. And we also were working together at Guitar Center at that point too. So like we had like so much time to like get this shit going and like get to a good point with it. And it was a lot of spent time, but it definitely worked out. And you can really tell too, like which songs were written by somebody solo.
Yeah,
and which songs were written by us collaboratively too. Like you can really tell.
Which I've always said that when you guys write, there's anything wrong. When you guys write together, we'll bring the best out of.
100%.
Not that there's anything wrong with any more songs you have. This is my favorite song. I love this song.
My favorite stuff I think about this song is actually the drumming.
Oh, that's a good one. I actually, you have something maybe the drummer back that could chime in too. But you told me this. You picked up something on the end of the song of what he does, which like how his beats.
Oh,
he goes half beat and all that. You picked it up.
Yeah, because I was going through. For those of you who like guitar tabs, I was going through and tabbing out our whole record, and I had the solo drum track, so I was going through and re-tabbing out his drums 100% accurately. And I have to think about it, because there is something that he does in the end of the song, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now.
So
but there was something I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that he did that.
He follows the beginning, he follows he follows that same drum pattern at the end with the you pointed that out.
I love the way he does that.
And I was like,
it sounds like a fucking...
When he would half beat it, and I was like, holy shit. That was really cool. I remember that was all, because you wrote the drums on that part. I mean, he writes all the drums, but that was a lot of creative force on that one for you too, Zach.
There's not a lot of repeating. It's the lack of repeating parts. It's the fact that there's so many variations of like for each part. If there's like a bunch of bars of the same thing happening guitar wise, like the drums are constantly shifting and doing different shit.
Yeah,
and even with the bass, because I actually threw some kind of weird fills in there.
Yeah,
this is a really good song of kind of having for me like an open canvas, because you even told me he's like, yeah, throw a little couple things in there.
Because the guitar was so basic on this one.
It was, so it was like, no, put some more underneath, make it sound good. So I do a little couple fills here and there and stuff like that. Makes me think more. It sucks when you're having a few beers and you have to actually think about it. I just like the vibe. It's heavy. It's faster.
There's a lot of parts.
There's a lot of parts to it.
This is the longest song on the record too, I think.
Yes.
It is.
This is like 5-ish, I think. No,
No,
you sure?
Jesus.
I thought it was.
It's 3.5, brother.
change, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Five
Brother, we
minute
write
song
5-minute
stopped. I looked
songs,
the
we
part.
prog metal at this point.
I got yelled
Shit.
at. I got yelled at. It looked the part for that.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's still the longest song on the record, though, regardless. But
If you want to hear the riff again, play the track over.
yeah, that was kind of it. But this song, though, I was like, no, we got to keep going back and forth.
So what was the lyrics about?
What was that song about? So that actually was like a pretty like pissed, like miserable.
Oh no,
Tune.
oh, really?
Yeah. So on a
Go figure, right?
it was so at the kind of coming into that, it was it was sort of a few different
So
things.
because this was an early-ish song that the riff rising. Well, but the lyrics.
This was
yeah.
song 4, maybe.
3 or 4, I think. Definitely between you two guys.
It was song
3, I
4, I
think.
think. Yeah, 3.
It was one of the earliest ones we started playing.
We had
Yeah,
Warbride was
Warbride,
first.
we had Hard Earned, and we had Hornet's Nest.
Hornets. That was
And
probably
not Hornet's Nest, Hostage.
It was.
Yes,
It was
we had
probably
the 3 of those,
The
I
first
think.
early ones, yeah.
We're done, yeah.
So, yeah, but the lyrics.
So that tune is kind of, again, it's I feel like most of these songs, they've got kind of sort of the personal stuff that like made it what it's about, and then sort of the broad strokes you could sort of interpret it as. So that tune in particular is kind of a bummer. It was basically kind of stemming from like before sort of being in the band, I'd come from like I was working in the music business, and it was what I was doing was PR sort of stuff, and it was I found it, and that's not to say that I wasn't having any fun, because I certainly was for a good while, but there is an element of schmoozing in that side of the business that
Still is, probably.
I kind of fucking hated, and I was there was a lot of these like sort of like industry mixers and these sort of like social events where it looked to me like just a bunch of people kind of like handing each other business cards and waiting for their turn to speak, and that to me was a little I found it
Okay,
disingenuous
I got you.
and weird. Yep. And there was definitely a bunch of these things where I was showing up, of course, doing my due diligence and trying to be a good boy about it. But I'm just, of course, at this point in the business, I'm like 22 and living on my own in New York, and I'm just a fucking idiot. So I'm just like showing up to these open bars and just like not networking and just getting shit housed and acting like a ridiculous moron. And you know what? That got me business in some ways too, because I think people appreciated like the sincerity of just like
Being a
just
drunken
being,
idiot on the job.
This is
sounds
just like
par for the
who's
course.
this fucking dude? He's like kind of a
I love when
kook.
work buys booze.
He's kind of a
Oh, those are the
kook.
best.
Like maybe we should give him money.
What, they did that for me?
Wow,
Yeah.
I wish that they did that for the fucking band.
No
Yeah.
shit.
And it
I'll
worked.
pay
I don't
you
get
to pay
drunk for
us.
fun.
Wait, what?
I get drunk. I mean, it's kind of fun.
Get drunk for
do you have
work?
a problem?
Yeah.
Andrew, do you have a problem?
Hey, listen, man. If we're at a show, I'm fucking punched in, man. So technically,
Fair
I'm getting
enough,
drunk
that's
for
true.
work.
It's
Yeah.
true. You're technically getting drunk on the clock.
Right.
So
Fair enough.
So that was
Pay
kind
me.
of so it was that, and it was coming from like sort of a sense of like basically in a really kind of specific sense. There was this sort of point in time where there were a lot of these like conferences that were sort of happening, these sort of like business and like radio conferences that were kind of going on, and these things that you were expected to be at. And I had, not we're gonna like veer slightly off into like bummer territory, and then we're gonna reel it back to the dick jokes. So my dad had died, and I was real bummed out about it, and I had been back home, kind of doing damage control, and
You
like
sad jerk.
and had a little sad jerk, and like kind of figuring it out, and then like basically a few days, and then it's coming back to work is straight into this like full week of just having to schmooze and having to do all this stuff where you got to be on and having to be online and be on Instagram. And I was just, there's a lot of, if you scroll back far enough on my Instagram, you're just going to find a bunch of pictures of my sneakers place, just my feet places. It's just my feet, just a full straight down, like just my feet on a surface.
Man, I'm fascinated with your backstory.
And I'm just I was being such a miserable prick about it.
I've been there.
Wasn't stoked about it. So it's a bit of that kind of it's resentful, even though ultimately like there was a lot of positives, and of course like not to like be any type of way about it. They took a chance on me, and it it mostly worked. I mean, I don't think they knew what the fuck to do with me. I think they probably regretted it immediately.
Fair enough.
But so that's kind of what that song is about. It's about it's about not giving people my business card and getting wasted for free instead.
No, but that was deeper than I thought. I'm fascinated by all this. I secretly love lyrics.
Bit of a lore, so it's a lore dump, really.
But no, I did. There's always a backstory. I'm liking this. This is very interesting.
So
Very
then, of
interesting
course,
to me, at
the
least,
question
yeah.
is then, of course, it's like, how can we take some bummer shit and make it fun?
We made it fun, all right.
And I think that
Yeah.
is
I-
again,
And then we wrote
Yeah.
a cool riff.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know the crowd loves
If
it.
you take some bummer shit and you
Yeah.
put it over some fun
well, everyone can
songs.
relate to it. Well, not
that-
exactly
There you go.
that, but just
Yeah.
you know. The
So
feel of
you're
it.
probably not gonna be, if you're listening to this, you may or probably have not had that exact same sequence of events happen to you, but you've probably been some places you don't want to be, and that's really what it's
We've all been there at some
about.
point. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you know what?
I
This
suppose.
And this is just one of those one of those songs too that like we start playing it and people just love it, man. It's
Well, it's
the
got that
second
drum
they,
intro
the
that
second
when
they
he
hear
just
that
starts
snare
doing the
intro,
snare
they're all
going,
about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all about it. Even if they haven't heard us before, they're like, because the snare hits right away, it's like it wakes you up.
And that's
You're like,
important.
oh fuck! All right. Well, they fucking put me to sleep, but I'm awake now.
And that's important for a song to have, not but like a trademark. So like it's a cause, so you know. I think it's really good to have set up songs. It's just
I Am Providence is the same way. I think.
It's a
And
sa-
well,
I mean,
that part
yeah.
comes back later too. That kind of snare break is
Yes,
is
exactly.
near
Yeah,
the
and-
tail
yeah,
end
at
as
the tail
well.
of the
So you
song,
get
yeah.
a little motif that kind of comes back. It's definitely like very dense in lyrics. It's very dense in parts. There's a lot of parts.
Yes.
So
Well, I'm
even,
thinking-
and mostly kind of unrelated parts. So it was sort of important to have like some kind of motif somewhere in there to be like, this is a song and not just a collection of parts. I mean, there's some repeating bits, but not that many.
No, but this was a song where like the riffs were good enough where we're like, all right, we got to come back to this at some point. Like this one has a chorus to it. You know what I mean? This one has a chorus. It has distinguishable parts.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
can break this one up to an actual structure compared to where the other ones are kind of a little bit more loose. But this one is one of the few that have like a very precise structure.
I'm so all for doing a music video for it. I would love to do. I know we're talking.
Like I said,
If that's something we can do, I would love. I know we're going to do about Providence, and we definitely going to do Providence. I would love.
Oh,
to do something.
spoilers! We're going to do an I Am Providence music video. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
But
You heard it here first.
you heard it here first,
From
or
us, right, yeah.
or you didn't, and the video's going to be out by the time you're fucking smart enough to watch this. But that's okay.
Radio.
Yeah.
That's on you for missing out.
It's true. I was hell bent on this being the first single. I fought to the death for this to be the first single because this was
Wasn't much of a fight. I agreed with you.
No, you didn't.
No,
No.
no,
Nope.
sure about that.
100%.
What did I want the first single to be?
We didn't have it yet. We didn't have it yet. I
was
sat
at the
there and I said, "This song
Providence
has
now,
to be
yeah.
the first single." And I remember you were not into it at the idea of like pushing this song as far as it's gone. And then we had the whole record just about done. And then that's when you started to be like, all right, well, yeah, I guess it would make sense just because the general vibe makes more sense. Like it's a little bit more us is like the grand scheme of things. You know, like it's like, all right, this one kind of fits the path a little bit more than the rest of them.
And we were pretty hell bent. I think after that, it was always the plan was for that to be it until
From that point on until Mike fucked it up.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
In the best way possible,
And
but
not,
yeah.
and not that he did a bad job on the song too. I thought he had a
Oh
really
no,
good
he
job.
didn't do a bad job on any song on this
Providence just
No,
came off
yeah,
like
yeah.
such a mission statement at the time.
Which it
where,
is,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree
Oh
with that,
yeah, this is.
I mean, we all got fucking tattoos.
This is
on our
definitely
bodies for it, so.
record.
This is
that-
the one.
But like I said, this is if you ever see me live for this, I love this. I do a little cha-cha up there, getting ready and stuff like that.
Oh.
That's my little.
You know what I
Is that
did?
why you kicked me in the ass?
No, I was about to say I forgot to mention it. It's Warbride. It's Warbride.
for you. Oh, well, you kicked me in
When
the
I
ass.
fuck
Yeah,
every
that's-
time
yeah.
we've for the past 3 years,
At
every
least.
time we've played Warbride, I have kicked you in the taint every
Yeah,
single
and it
fucking
sucks
time.
every time. It's getting
And
worse.
it is getting
It's-
worse because
it's
now I'm
getting
trying to aim for more sensitive spots because you're not flinching anymore.
Well, because I'm a big strong boy.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I want you to react. And because I'm a piece of shit.
Tyler Bate,
Thank you.
to those who know.
Oh, what? New Catch Republic? That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
their
Well,
new
sorry.
tag
So
team.
we got some wrestling.
Pete
Poor
Dunne.
Nick now has no idea what we're talking about.
But Yeah, there's one specific part in Warbride that I get you every
fucking
single
time.
show. Every
Oh.
show.
And you know what? You think I'll be ready for it, but
You are not ready
no,
for it
because
at
I'm
all.
such in the zone because I'm at work. We've all talked about this. I'm such in the zone because I want to give the audience.
Even at work, I think about kicking you in the dick.
I think that's harassment. I think we talked about the text today too.
Yeah.
That's harassment.
Workplace harassment.
No, I'm such in the zone.
That's an HR meeting, buddy.
It is an HR meeting.
Joke's
so.
on you, motherfucker.
No,
I
you
am
got me
HR.
good. I think it was one of the fat shows. I think you got. It was maybe the early alchemy shows. You got me bad.
Yeah, I got your
Dude,
really good
I was
ones.
I was like almost on knees, like trying to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I came.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I kicked your base.
I think
Like I
yeah.
came in so far
Yeah.
underneath, I kicked the back of your base.
This
I got
sounded
the
pretty-
whole
pretty
fucking thing in
homo
there,
right
man.
now.
I went for it.
So
I'm more amazed that you haven't gotten me back yet. You just keep letting me do it.
No, so like I said, so
it's scheduled.
I know we're nearing the end. It's just no. The big thing is, I know we've all talked about, is when we're on stage, and this is one of it says to come see us live. We're at work. You guys pay hard money to come see us play. We want to give you a show. Whatever happens. If I make one person happy, whatever is in there, 10 people, 1,000 people, I did my job. I'm happy with that.
So what you're saying is you're respectful of his taint.
Yes, I am very respectful of his taints.
Fuck you! I'm gonna get you every show.
You're the one having kids, so I'm trying to save that for you.
I'm good now. I got the second one coming. I did my job. I don't
That's
care.
it? You're done after that?
No, I'm done.
Okay,
Anyway.
righty-o, good for that.
Anyway,
All right, righty-o.
Strict Mountain Dew diet for you now, buddy.
So,
buddy, I got a 36 pack of Baja Blast in my fridge right now.
Jesus
You better get
Christ.
drinking.
So,
I have half a
That's
case
it.
left.
all right,
It was
I
a
know
36 pack.
We're getting the cutoff. I know we're nearing time. So.
And that's our time.
all right, thank you all. I love you. You're sexy.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z,
Say goodbye, other Zach.
I think we finish the record next time.
We will
TMF
finish
is a
that
cult.
record next time. Mighty Fall is a cult.
Yes.
TMF is a cult.
TMF is
Riff
a cult.
Cult City.
Riff Cult City
Join the cult.
drugs.
All right, motherfuckers. This has been Rock Bottom with the boys.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Fuck you.
Buy our shit.
Like,
I
comment,
love you,
subscribe.
but
See
buy
you
our
in
shit.
hell.
Give us money. Mwah.